Hey everybody, welcome back. I bet you all thought I was dead. I don't really know how to start this. Yeah, it's been what? Oh my god, it's been like over a year, right? Oh god. So we have a few things to talk about. Don't worry, the channel's not dead. Uh, Also, thank you so much to everybody that's been watching stuff while I've been gone. I'm very much appreciative over that. Very much appreciated. Let me just back up a little bit. If you watch the last update video, you'll kind of know the gist of what was going on. There is a bit more, and we'll get into that. First, I want to update you guys on videos. After, so the day after this video goes up, videos will start going back up on the channel again. Yay! We're back. Let's go. um, I'm not exactly sure what will be going up first. I have a lot of time on my hands right now. Nobody's around. And I want to get a crap ton of stuff done. I have a lot of ideas for things because a lot of things have come out since I've been away. It's amazing what can happen in a year. And there's a lot of things that we could talk about. We could talk about the last Nintendo Direct. Oh boy, that was an interesting one. But I just wanted to quickly, let you guys know stuff is coming back. This channel's not gone. We're gonna get started again very, very soon. I'm not really sure. I haven't really watched back my update video, so I'm not sure how much I talked about, especially about what I was recording. At the time when I stopped, I was very much done with Luigi's Mansion. There still needed to be a few things done with it. I was also working on a Legend of Zelda game, Four Sword Adventures from the GameCube, and I was also working on South Park Stick of Truth. Now, the thing with South Park Stick of Truth, as you know, there are a few things in there. I'm not quite sure if I should show those things, so I might have to edit a lot of things out of that. So, and I'm not very good at editing. And I'm not big enough on YouTube where I can just go and hire an editor and pay for all that stuff. So I'm gonna have to do those things myself. So please bear with me. South Park Stick of Truth will come eventually. It was a lot of fun, and I still have to go back and do that, and I'll probably be doing that tonight or tomorrow. I'm not really sure. As so, we're back. That's the main thing. We're gonna be doing videos very, very soon. Well, tomorrow for you guys. For me, I gotta start crunching. I gotta start working on stuff. Let's dive into the next section of the update video and kind of dive you through everything that was going on while I've been away. So for those that were interested in finding out about the gaming portion, there, you got it. For those interested in my health and everything that's been going on, here's this section. So we're gonna kind of start from the beginning. Last year, at around the end of January, which was very similar to the year before that, I got really sick. And I kind of just take it as, well, I got sick. Because I usually get sick, like really sick, like once a year. I don't know, it's a weird thing. I get the flu a little bit, but this like sick, like throwing up kind of thing, you don't want to hear the whole thing. But I got really sick last year, and it just did not seem like it was going to go away. I was having this recurring like nausea in the mornings. I still don't know what the crap happened to me. I don't know if it was, the sea. I don't know. Are we supposed to talk? Are we supposed to say that on YouTube anymore? I don't even know. I've heard people say you're not supposed to say. I don't know who said that. But I don't know if it was that or maybe something else. Who knows? But I had that. My back was bad, which my back always gets bad. But you mix all those things in, and then, like, you know, slowly but surely getting better. And then as my health got better, uh, people started to notice, and then I started to notice very easily that my left eye was very red. And that was a little concerning, but maybe thinking it was, you know, not much. Maybe it just got something in my eye, blah, blah, blah. But it didn't go away. It would go away sometimes, like it would, like, you know, not be as red as normal. Did my character just glitch? What was that? But, story time. Gotta focus. Anyway, my eye was red consistently, like every single day. This would have been around, I want to say March. So, like, I recovered from all the health stuff sometime in, like, February, and then, like, towards the end of February, this is when I started noticing the eye. By the way, if you ever notice anything with your health, go see a doctor. Don't be stupid like me and wait way too long, and then, you know, sit there and explain to people why it took you so long to go see some. Take care of yourselves. Essentially, I started to notice a blur in my left eye towards, like, the bottom, like, right corner of it, and that would come and go. I would find it, like, when I would go outside in the brightness of outside, because we were kind of, like, in a basement area, so I just took it as, like, ooh, bright lights, not used to that being downstairs and all. But it was bugging me. It was bugging me more than, like, normal. And still, like, to this day, like, it still kind of bugs me a little bit now. Like, I have these sunglasses that I wear when I go outside, so it's not, like, as bad. But, we tried to go and see some people. Things happened, you know, clinics would close. Our timing was terrible. And eventually, family went on a vacation to Alberta, and I was home alone. So I thought the best thing for me to do is just kick back, relax, not doing anything crazy, and I'll just record a bunch of videos, and when everybody gets back, then we'll go see somebody if it's still bad then. It was not really, you know, bothering me much when everyone was gone, until after finishing pretty much finishing Luigi's Mansion, and starting, like, working on the other two series, I woke up one morning and my left eye was completely blurry. Like, could not see out of it at all. It wasn't, like, black, like, no. It was just a blur. It was like somebody put a fog over my left eye. It was very scary. Very scary. I didn't know what was going on. My eye was really red still. I went to the clinic in kind of a rush. I sat in the clinic from, I think it was 1 p.m. until 5 o'clock, like the closing time of the clinic before I was finally seen. I was like the last one. It was very crappy to have to sit there all that time like that. But I eventually saw the doctor. She did a couple eye tests to kind of, you know, get a small assessment of what was going on. She gave me a paper. She was like, I need you to go see an optometrist right away. I took the paper. I went straight over to the mall. I would have went to Walmart, but their machine was broken. I still, to this day, I think their machine is still broken in that town, because they kept saying they were never going to get it fixed. And I went to the mall, and everyone in the mall was like, oh, I thought it might have, you know, would get covered because I had the paper and everything, and it was kind of like a health concern thing, not like a normal eye test. But they told me it wasn't covered and that I would have to pay like $120. And that's not good, considering I spent all my money like the day before on groceries to last me until everybody got back. So I had to go home, walking home, you know, very carefully because I couldn't see to my left. It was very disheartening, very scary to have to go home like that and not know what to do. After talking to some family and more days than I want to admit, we finally got some money. I went to the mall, got an appointment. The appointment wasn't for that day. Had to go back to the mall the next day. Yeah, just kept getting delayed. Finally got to see somebody. Sat, talked. She looked at my eye extensively for a while. We talked about different things. She went out into the hallway for a long period of time. She put drops in my eye, which actually kind of cleared up my eye a bit. Like I could see out of it a little bit better than what I could before, which was kind of a sigh of relief, but I knew, like, there's more to this. And she came back, told me that I had to see a specialist, which I was like, oh, great, more people. I love this. For those that obviously, like you guys out there, you probably don't know me very well personally, but I don't really have any like health scares in my life. I've been very healthy. I've been very fortunate that I've been pretty healthy most of my life. Knock on wood. And I haven't really had to go see doctors for much. And when I do, it's usually just for like a blood test. Like take a little bit of blood, and that's about it. It's no big deal. This was a completely different thing, and for the first time in my life, I'm all by myself with no family in the vicinity at all. I think it probably would have been worse if I was living in Newfoundland at the time, if that would have happened. But I went, saw her, we got a prescription for some eye drops. I was taking those eye drops. I kept going back to that same optometrist for a couple days while we waited for the specialist to get back, because that took a while. And then I had to figure out how to get to the specialist, because when they told me where it was, I'm looking at it and I recognize the street and I'm thinking, oh god, that's where like my old high school was. And that's on the other side of town. And then I got to come up with bus money because I didn't have a vehicle. It was so stressful, man. Oh my god. I go to the other side of town to a place I've never been before. And I'm just like, am I in the right place? I go in and get my eye looked at. It's kind of like a quick vision test. Then I go and sit in another waiting room. This place was so annoying and got worse the longer we were going there. And you guys have no idea. Like, this legitimately took so long to get this shit done. So I started going there in June. I'm pretty sure it was June. Like the beginning of June. I think it was like June 10th when I first went there. I was going there from then all the way until March of the next year. I think it was March. Yeah. So essentially I had a lot of inflammation in my left eye, and I also had a cataract in my left eye. And they're pretty sure like the inflammation caused the cataract thing. And yeah, I'm not an old, like, usually you get cataracts when you're older. This was not that factor because I'm not really that old. I hope I'm not that old. But she sent me to go get a bunch of tests done, like a bunch of blood work done, because she was worried, right? Like, I'm at a certain age and that's not really a thing for people my age. So she sent me to go get blood work. I went and got all this like blood work done that didn't cost anything except for one freaking thing on that list cost me $50. And I mean, yes, it's to check and see if there's anything wrong with my health, but at the same time, money. I know, cries in Canadian. Most stuff probably would have cost me my entire life if I was living, in other places. But got everything done. Nothing came back on the blood stuff, so who knows what happened to me for that to happen. We never pinned it down to anything in particular. Um, it just kind of happened. So the focus then was essentially, let's get the inflammation down. So I kept taking eye drops. I was taking 2 eye drops from like June all the way until like early part of the next year. Because they told me it was going to be like 5 to 6 months before they could do anything with the cataract. And I'm just like, oh my God, not all that time, dude. But eventually, they finally decided, hey, we're going to do the surgery. My family had come home. You know, we were getting close to moving. That's going to be a topic after this. But we were getting very close to moving, so we wanted to get this thing done and over with because, we had to actually be out of the place that we were living in. So, oh man, we get told, hey, even though people have been getting their eye surgeries done in this specific building, the doctor that does the eye surgery for you isn't doing it here. You have to go all the way to downtown Toronto. And I'm just like, stop with the stressful crap, man, please. It was just non-stop stress. First they tried to like get me to, they didn't tell me that there was a free option. They were like, oh, the doctor recommends this like lens for your eye. And I'm like, yeah, but that's over $1,000, and no. And eventually they were like, oh, well, we'll just do the basic option, which is the free one. And it's like, why didn't you say that from the beginning? Like, why did you stress us out so much? We're like, where are we gonna come up with this crap? And God, so stressful. And it's like, I wouldn't mind like paying it if it, because apparently that lens would have like corrected the vision in my left eye completely, and I wouldn't need glasses on the left. But then what do I do with my right eye? Do I wear a freaking monocle? Or do I wear like glasses with one glass in and the other one like just a fake glass or something? Like, I don't want to be like that. I'd rather get both eyes done if that's the case. But we managed to get down to downtown Toronto. We were so close to the CN Tower. It was pretty crazy. I never thought I was going to get a chance to see the CN Tower anymore because we were moving. And it was pretty cool to get to see that. We got to see, like, I think it's the Upper Canada Centre. I keep forgetting the names of like, the stadiums where, like, they play hockey and baseball and basketball and stuff. But we drove past like all that stuff, and when you're sitting in the waiting room, waiting to go in, you can look out the window and the CN Tower is like right there, like huge. It's awesome. I went into the waiting room, sat in the chair. My mom came in with me, but they can only stay for like a little bit, and then they have to leave and go out and wait in the waiting room. So we're sitting there, and I start getting a little nervous because it's like, they're asking you, like, have you ever had any, like, surgeries done? I'm like, no. And they're like, have you ever had any allergic reactions to, like, stuff? And I'm like, well, I've never had any, like, medical, things happen. Like, my brother has allergies. I've never had an allergic reaction to anything, so I don't know if anything would cause me to have an allergic reaction. So I just told them I didn't know. And just told them, hey, you just keep an eye out. I don't want to give you a surprise because, I don't want to have some sudden reaction to something. But you never know, right? They poured so much crap over my left eye. If anyone's ever had cataract surgery, they know what I'm talking about. They poured so much stuff over my eye. Like, I thought they were going to drown me. So eventually they get everything in. They start wheeling me in. By the way, the people at this place, I cannot remember the name of it. I'm so sorry. But the people there were so nice. Like, unbelievably nice. Like, they were wheeling people in and out all day long. I can't imagine how busy they were, but just so nice and so talkative to everybody that comes through. It was really nice. Kind of get you out of your little bit of a nervous state that you're in, because I was getting a bit nervous. Every thought goes through my head, like, well, what if this happens? What if this happens? And I look at my mom and I'm like, well, if anything happens, I want you to message a few people, and let them know a few things. And it was rough. Like, I didn't want to say anything like that. My mom's just like, oh, don't think like that. And I'm like, well, I got to, because, like, what happens, right? I don't want to go and then not say things to people, right? We get, she has to go. I get pushed into the room. They put this, like, thing over my eye. Like, I get to meet all the people that are in the room. I don't know what everybody is there for. I don't know if everybody is there working, or if it's just, like, students and stuff that are there to observe things that are going on. I would imagine they probably were, because there was quite a few people there. But they put this thing, like, over my eye, and all I could see was, like, a little light. And, like, they obviously, like, they gave me stuff to, like, I guess, like, pain relieving stuff. I'm not really sure. It's been so many months now since this that I don't even remember half of it anymore. But yeah, I didn't feel anything. Every now and then, like, I would see something, like, go over the light, so I imagine that was, like, them doing stuff. And next thing you know, it's all done, and I'm being, like, pushed out into this room, and they put the cover over my eye, and they give me a juice box and a cookie, which, like, they told me that day that I couldn't eat or drink anything until the surgery thing. I was so hungry. That cookie was amazing. Like, amazing. You've never had a better cookie in your life. But they gave me this sheet of paper, and she's explaining to me, like, I got to take these eye drops, and I got to take them in, like, a specific order for a specific time. I was taking so many before the surgery. Even I was taking these, like, pills that I had to eat, like, before I would eat, and then I would have to take these pills, and that was annoying enough. But after the surgery, I think I still have the sheet of paper here with me, but I was taking so many friggin' drops, mostly for the first, I think it's the first 24 hours, like, you have to take a bunch of drops, and then it, like, over the course of the couple weeks, like, you like, dim it down, like, a few drops at a time. But there's, like, a whole calendar, and it tells you, like, when you have to, like, shorten things. And I was like, I'm not screwing this up. I'm following everything, like, exceptionally well. Like, every single day it became, like, a pattern. Like, I gotta take this, And I remember my eye was, like, so I guess, like there was, like, stuff, like, in my eye. And, like, I would wake up in the mornings for the first couple days, and my eye, like, I couldn't open my eye because it would be, like shut, like, almost like glue. And that sucked. I had to be very careful, because, like, I had to, like, watch out, like, how I, like, wash my eye. Like, I couldn't, like, rub it or anything. But everything was going well. I went back to see them after a bit, and she's like, no, like, everything looks like it's going really well. At first she was making me feel like I was going to have to keep seeing somebody for, like, the rest of my life, the way that she was, like, wording it. And then as we got closer to our move, and we were like, well, we can't come back here anymore, like, we're moving, and we're not going to be, like, anywhere near here anymore. She was like, well, that's it. We're done. You don't have to see anybody anymore. But she was like, if you notice anything anymore, like, if anything comes up, whether it's, like, in my left, or if my right eye starts acting up, like, go see somebody right away. I got her to, like, fill out, like, a little paper that I can give somebody, because we had to move. That's the next section of the update. It won't be a long one. We we were thinking about moving for a while. Mostly my family. I didn't really want to move, but um, they they wanted to kind of get out of there. And then we found out that pretty much everybody had to be out of that house because they were selling it. Pretty much every house in that neighborhood was starting to get sold. Um, People were buying up those old homes and then like fixing them up and then putting the rent through the roof and kicking everybody out. And you know we gotta love that Ontario, keep it up. It was nice to see a town that I went to high school in be covered in homeless now because they just kick everybody out and no one has anywhere else to go because they can't afford to live anywhere anymore. Love that Ontario, keep up the work. Love it. But anyway, that pretty much does it. Yeah, we moved. It took a while. We put everything on this giant moving truck. This thing was huge. I wish I took a picture of it because I would have put it up on screen to show you how big this freaking thing was. This moving truck was giant. We got most of our stuff sent back. I sold a lot of things. I managed to get all my games back, which, that was very much the most important thing to me because I don't have a whole lot. I have my new TV, which I had to get a new TV during all that stuff because my old one kicked the bucket. My clothes, my systems, just, things like that. Probably unimportant things to some people, but for me, it's my stuff, right? But we got home. We were having issues getting internet for quite a while. I'm still having an issue with my computer where it just doesn't want to connect to the internet here, and I need to figure that out, and hopefully I will figure that out, because if I don't, then I'm going to have to upload the videos on another computer. That could be annoying. I don't want to have to do that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this and sticking around for story time. We're back. And hopefully this time we're back and we stay back. If I do go on a break, hopefully it won't be like a large break like the last time. I want to like stay back. I want to continue to grow on this channel. I want to try and get like bigger and better stuff out there for you guys, and hopefully people want to come on this journey with me to see how far we can get. You never know. I think right now we're at a standstill at like 270 or something. I think that like goes up and down while I've been away, but it's been really nice to read some of the very nice things that some people have posted. Thank you. I don't get a whole lot of comments on videos. If you watch my content, you'll probably notice there's not a huge array of comments. I think the video that's probably had the most comments on it was a Smash Brother video from years ago where I talked about DLC, so of course people funneled in for that one. I love that though, but it was nice to see a few comments of people, hopeful for me to come back and wish me well in my health. And it's been rough. My family got some bad news a while back while we were getting ready to move. My stepdad has been going through it. I don't know if I want to dive too much into that. I wish I was a bigger channel on YouTube, because honestly I would have started like a big like GoFundMe thing for my stepdad. But I don't know if that would really work with a channel this size. So people have been very, very generous already in my hometown, and all over the place, helping them. They're off right now getting treatments and stuff, so wish them the best. And let's get out of all of the mournful stuff. Let's get out of all the sad stuff. No more sad. No more freaking sad, alright? We're getting back into the content. We're getting back into making videos on video games. I am way too close. Let's just back it up here. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in whatever the heck comes out first. Might be Luigi's Mansion, but oh, I do want to mention real quick, even though I probably should have mentioned this earlier on in the videos. If you guys watch Luigi's Mansion, Four Sword Adventures, and Stick of Truth, and I talk about my eye, don't think that I'm talking about my eye in the current state. I may even put that like in the description, or maybe even like a top comment or something, just to let people know that, like, you know, my eye's okay. These are older videos that, you know, are getting finished and wrapped up and put on YouTube. So I don't want people to think that like suddenly my eye got worse again, or my other eye got bad. So just want to let you guys know that real quick. I'll probably have something attached to those videos, just in case. I don't know how much I talk about my eye. I imagine I probably mention it a couple times, like wanting to like take breaks or something. But yeah, that's gonna do it. See you guys in the future content. Thank you guys so much for sticking around all this time, and let's keep growing here on YouTube. Until the next video, take care. Bye bye.